he needs no introduction, but of course you know he's hard at work on his brand new game, Death Stranding. Please join me in welcoming the one and only Hideo Kojima. It's such an honor to be with you here in New York City to talk about games and film. One thing that you've said before that 70% of the human body is filled with water, 70% of your body is filled with movies. You have an incredible love of cinema. For a long time, and I remember the first time I went over to visit you in 2001 to visit you. We were working on a story about making up your game at the time. And went over there, and I learned a lot about your history. Just out of college, just after 9/11, flew over there on a plane that no one was on, but I was there to visit you. And I know you talked a lot about how much New York meant to you, but also how much films meant to you when you were growing up as a boy in Japan, and the love of cinema. In many ways, getting into the game industry and the game world was your way to tell stories because you couldn't afford what it would cost to make a movie. Back in the day. So could you maybe tell us about the early days of young Hideo Kojima? What was do you remember the first movie that you saw? Where did this love of cinema begin?
So first up, when I was a kid, there was no video.
なんで、テレビです。両親がすごく映画が好きで、物心つく前から映画は毎日テレビで見せられてました。
So first thing was TV. My parents love movies, so every day they were watching movies on the TV. So before I had any use of reason, I was already watching movies.
映画を見ないと寝かしてもらえない。
They wouldn't let me go to sleep until I watched a certain amount of movies.
映画館はゴジラとかは親と一緒に行ってましたけど、10歳ぐらいになってからちょっと田舎に住んでたんですけど、バスと電車乗り継いで一人で、洋画を見に行くようになりました。そこからはずっと映画館です。
And well, when it comes to movie theaters, my parents took me to the movie theaters to watch Godzilla and whatnot. And when I was 10 years old, well, actually I lived in the countryside, so I took the bus, I took the train, and I went around to the movie theaters. And ever since, well, it's been about the movie theaters for me.
使うときに女の人がチケットよりも心配して僕を席まで連れてってくれた。
I remember a lot when I went to the ticket office. It was a little bit high for me, so the lady couldn't see my face, and she got worried, and she walked me to my seat inside the theater.
全体の企画、プロット、キャラクター設定とかは全部当然あります。
I wanted to have that more lively feeling, and so that's why, because that makes it better. So that's why I started working with these movie actors.
これが作るものって CG なんですよ。ゼロから作り上げる。でそこは人工物だったんですよ今まで。で、アニメーションと一緒で、キャラクターの仕草。
When it comes to animations, I pictured a specific movement, and we were trying to trace that movement, and that is not that fun. I wanted something more lively, somewhere where the actors go on stage and do something that I didn't even imagine.